3, welcome in. If you're new here, my name is Casey. I'm a light worker. I am a star seed. I'm here to bring enlightenment and conscious awareness through channeled messages. I am a psychic medium intuitive. Welcome to the channel. We get down. We have a lot of fun here. So we switched it up a little bit. I'm gonna actually go by elements. I was guided to do that this morning. So fire signs won the survey, huh? Go fire signs. How many fire signs we got up in here? Well, I better plug this thing in before we get this shindig started. Okay. Let's do our due diligence. How's everybody's day? Hi, Matthew. Hi, Hot Rod. I'm all signs. That's where I'm at. Depends on if I'm in my Virgo too, what I watch. I don't know. Most of the time I'm just guided to it. Sometimes I'm not really looking for signs like that. Like literally anything my playlist comes up with, there's always a sign in it for me. Sometimes I just let my shit go to the next video, even if there's always something in there. The universe talks to us through everybody and all things. Nature, people. My charger's wanting to go on and off, on and off. All right. Technical difficulties, huh? Fire signs, what's up, guys? All right. Whatever comes out, comes out. Remember, tarot does not, or oracle, rule your life in any way, shape, or form. You are in control of your destiny. Here we go. Holy Spirit, holy angels of the highest light, I call on you for clarity and guidance. I demand, declare, and decree that no weapon formed against myself or my listeners will prosper. Archangel Metatron. Yes, harmony. Okay. What is in the past energy for fire signs? Finding inspiration and manifestation. You could feel very inspired by, I want to say, phenomenon, or how I heard out-of-body experiences. Maybe that you are realizing that, you know, everything's connected, like everything. There could be something about eyeballs or eyes. There's something about the eyes. The third eye, the higher mind, the higher chakras. You could be finding inspiration in things that are mysterious or hidden. It's like maybe you, I'm hearing a seer. You could be a shamanic seer, somebody who pierces through the veils, because as I look in the back of the card of inspiration, up here I see a face. But even like how the lights color it changing on it, it's like maybe you even, I heard light ray vision. Maybe you have light ray vision. My throat chakra started getting real scratchy when I started reading for you guys. We're just gonna get them all out of there. L'chaim. L'Guggenheimer. Inspired by space, inspired by the anatomy, physiological aspects. You could be working on something that is alchemical, or with like bioengineering. Because they're showing me the double strands, the base strands, and then they're showing me how one of the strands is like carbs and sugars. We kind of touched on this, understanding the genetics. Some of you could be very aware that you have like hybrid children. This is, for some of you, I like your guys' energy because this is like right up my alley. You could be, let's just say, having first contact, whether that comes through your higher conscious state. You have this ability. It's like you communicate through scalar waves. You know, it's more of a scalar wave than it is a electromagnetic field. It's like very empowered energy. It's the way that it's like a million colors of yellow, whites. I don't know. It has to do with rays, and I just keep hearing bioengineering. Looking at things from a bio standpoint, so recognizing the body. This could be manifesting. I know it sounds so crazy, but I heard manifesting a new body. So whatever that means. My phone is, I'm going to try to turn my charger around. We're going to try something different. Yeah, finding a steady flow, because I kept having my phone, you know, and your charger comes in and comes out and comes in and comes out. And it tells you, you know, I was at 18%, it just dropped to 15, and I was like, whoa, what the... What in the Voldemort life-sucking F is this? Inspiration. Also heard inspector. Inspector. You could be working with the higher realms of, I want to say, angelic wisdom. You either pierce through veils, or you can see people that pierce through veils. Like, I'm talking to somebody who sees in the unseen realm. Everywhere, around people. Maybe even for the longest time you didn't realize it wasn't quote unquote normal. You could just be going through awakening right now. I don't know what this empowerment is, or what it brings this. It's talking about a lot of radiant light, a lot of transformational energy that I don't know if you've been working with this, because I asked for past. So anything, you know, the hours gone by today, some of you could have had like a very profound awakening experience today. I don't really know what today is, the 21st. Feels like it's prevalent to say that for somebody in the future, January 21st of 2025. I actually think that's the day that I enlisted in the Army National Guard. I'm pretty sure it is, in 2006. That's funny. Fuck, that was a long time ago. We could be, see, we're talking about past too. The other part of this feels like, you know, when things line up in your life and this energy feels like it's looking into the past, like, I used to be so connected, or I the way that you had a job, or maybe you were an inspirational teacher, or people found you, you know, very direct and very, you know, great personal skills. And maybe you carried a position where you helped other people transform, whether it's like being a coach for school, or a teacher, or somebody in the spiritual community. It doesn't even have that. You could be the tire guy that's just really good at your job and really fast, and you bring, you know, you meet a lot of people, you have a lot of handshakes. It's like this transference of energy, kind of. I don't know, you could have been seen, or maybe that kind of faded to the background for some healing, this hermit mode. And maybe you're thinking back to yesterday. I said comeback is one of the greatest things. There's nothing like a comeback. And it feels like this is kind of that energy. It's like you're thinking to the past, of the time when you were, whether it was younger, feeling more fit, more, I don't know, in tuned, a little more fiery. It feels like that. It's like finding that passion. Some of you could feel like very, I don't know, over-sexualized right now, or very much in a sexual energy. I don't know, and that could be manifesting things in this energy too. Especially if you are awakened, very awakened, or, I don't know, with all the different eyes here, it kind of feels like, I don't know if you share partners, or like you're a sex healer in some way, or work with sexual energy. I heard menage a trois, and that's just coming through right now. I don't know if there's a renewal in sexual energy for some of you. You could be feeling like, I don't know, your chakras got moved in alignment in some way, or something's rotating or ticking on a different scale, and it feels like maybe you're healing a trauma within that space too, and bringing light into that. Like if you had any sort of sexual trauma, and of that way, it feels like, I don't know if you've prayed and asked the angels to heal something within your body. I'm also seeing the chest plate, the sternum, and something within the throat. And I can see the red in the throat chakra. So I don't know if that feels like bronchitis, or something within the lungs. I don't know. Smokers, or something with that. For some of you, you could have inhaled like a very toxic chemical that like shut your throat chakra down. I don't know, that's very interesting. But it feels like light comes to that. It feels like there is a miracle in some way that happens. I don't know if this is like your galactic family, your star family, your soul tribe in some way. 22 as I say that. And then I seen 777. But it feels like there's a lot of help around the healing. You could be getting very profound dreams too of just like specific people, or if you have a militant past or you've been in the military, or you could be dreaming that you're back in the military again, or whatever it is, a specific job where you help people if you are a healer, or you could be having premonitions kind of like more advanced ways of doing things and being. It's a lot of you are getting led simultaneously to this wisdom. It's like, but it comes through enlightenment. It's like an energy just comes over the body, or you're being healed while you're sleeping. It's like your higher self comes through. It's like you're getting help with, I want to say, not rewriting the subconscious, but it's like making a more, I don't know what neurodivergent means, but I heard that. Creating a pathway to connect, like the higher mind, let's just say the innate, and the brain that we have for you fire signs. It feels like something's connecting that probably wasn't connected before. If you had a lot of trauma in a specific area to where you have patterns, you could be getting counseling, or you could be working with somebody. This could be like an earth angel in some way. This person that's it feels like they manifest into your life. This, for some of you, this is light beings. You are working with higher dimensional aspects of yourself. I'm hearing Archangel Raphael. Very powerful energies that are bringing manifestations through. Like when you heal or get this upgrade within your body, you're able, when you go through your day to day, it's like you're letting off numbers and patterns. Or they're showing me like algebra and equations. It's like you put something out into, see, because I said you communicate. For some of you, you do have telepathy, but it feels like you communicate on, if you're very, very good at channeling or intuitive or very psychic. I mean, it does look like there's somebody here who's very tapped in. I mean, it feels like there's angelic energy around it. I don't know if you're like a warrior gatekeeper, or it feels like I don't know. I don't want to put it in as a higher up energy, but just a more knowing, or it's like if there's genocide in a specific energy, it's like you carry it in some ways. Like they're showing me like this is the past. You came back here. And in some ways, like even when you're getting taken, or you're whatever this is that's happening, some of you could experience levitating and out-of-body experiences. I said that when I first got on here. Experiencing time going very slow for some of you. It's funny, I'm hearing Birdman right now. Birdman. I don't know if some of you, it's very interesting. Birdman. But because you speak in telepathy, like it feels like, I don't know, you have a light body and you travel in it. And it's very powerful. It's like everything within that is aligned, and you communicate with others in this way, or you have these upgrades. I want to talk about this was preserved for you. It's like you're going to unlock a capsule, or genetically something through the atoms in your cells. Like something starts rewriting the structure of your cells. They're talking about taking 8 hours for something to rejuvenate. Being able to manifest something that fast. So if you have an illness and you're very ill, and I don't know why, but I keep seeing something in the throat, whether, I don't want to speak any of that into existence, but if you've been having any, and they're talking about organs that are, and I'm seeing, I talked about the sternum, so this could be the heart as well. And I'm hearing like within the foot, like Achilles tendonitis, it's like your foot carries all of the stored energy that your body's going through. And I see like this light comes in at the soles of your feet, because this was below this radiance. And it's like you get this booster. Is some of you ascending? or experiencing this ascension, and you're healing the body. But because you speak in scalar, it's not even speaking. That's not. It's numbers, and it's like numbers never lie. You know, it feels like numbers, but it goes into the, you know, you can put it in it's an equation that it equates, like you put it in anything. So things have a pattern, or that's how things are created and formed. Sequential patterns. So numbers and letters, Pythagorean. Some of you could be very esoteric and into vibrations of numbers and names, like the soul urge, or destiny numbers. It feels like you're connected to that, or you're going to be led through that. Numbers could be very important for some of you. What's up, Angelic Chords? I like that name. You can't tell a lot by somebody's eyes. Discovering gates lately. That's awesome, Constancy. I need to pop over your channel and see how you're doing. Okay, this is random, but if you know if this message is for you, you could be thinking about getting a mattress or have just gotten a mattress, but I see it's like the black one. I don't know why. It's like the mattress has a dark cover or it's black. I don't know, but it feels like this new bed. I don't know if it's this new energy or something about this bed. I don't know if it's like they're saying the avocado one. I don't know. It's like something changes. You get rid of an old energy or something, or I don't know. You change spaces, or you moved, or you move into this new space, or you create a space, or you could be going through I don't know. So something about this bed or a new mattress. It's just, you know, your empowerment comes when you're sleeping. You could be, they're just talking about getting a sense of feeling renewed in some ways. You know what I mean? Alright. For fire signs, Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, for their highest good. Numerology comes out soon as I say that. And spell work. Some of you could be, wow, I heard ancient, and I seen a dragon, and I seen a dragon blow white smoke out of his mouth. Soon as I said this, I seen these numbers right here, and I was talking about doing something through numbers. And it's crazy how, too, some glow and illuminate more, and as the light changes, it's like as you hit a different vibration or rays of light or frequency, you're able to see things like how they make letters or numbers. It's a gift. There's a show where somebody's like really good at math, and you can see as they do it, like the equations go around their head. It's like you have this. Somebody 109 could mean something to somebody. I'm also seeing the letter C and 02. ZJ. I'm hearing JC. JC's Landing. Jamaica. Israel. Baltimore. Baltimore comes through a lot. And Zimbabwe. And then Spellwork came out with that. And the second I put my eyes on this card, I seen a dragon. And I seen like how the number, something with the dragon knows the numbers. Or it's like, because dragons are ancient. It has to do with like, I don't know if there's something like Chinese astrology, but it's deeper. There's something encoded within it. It's encryptic. You could be very good at like, I don't know how you do this. I don't know if you had this awakening or you're finding key people to work with you on something that has to do with decoding some. It's very sacred. It's very sacred, and that's for somebody. And I just keep seeing 1Z092. 109. January 9th could have been a very prominent day for you. You are being called to interpret and convey messages and guidance and insight using numbers. And I said, like I could say my R's when I was younger, so interpret, but it sounded like a bird, like a twerp. A twerp? I don't know. I just thought of a bird. I'm hearing Birdman again. So I don't know what that means. Shamanic. It just is like, I'm telling you. And when I look at this, I get goosebumps because it's like, I don't know, something appears that wasn't there before. It's, I don't know, and then you have this ability to see something, or this is you. It's like, 'cause we talked about traveling from time to time, but it's in energy. It's like you call back high pieces of your energy, and you, because you work from scalar waves, you don't have to be in the electromagnetic fields around others. It's like you found a fold or a bypass of energy, which brings this healing through. Like, I don't know, because it feels like, I want to say like royal energy, or like Pleiadian, or it feels like very extraterrestrial. The skin is like, I don't know how to explain it. It's a human, oid, you know what I mean? But they look like avatars. And it's because it's scalar, and they just want to talk about, thank you, Gary, I appreciate that. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys for every way you support the channel. It's radiant. I mean, this is the future, I heard. But when I talk about ancient, because when I talk about ancient magic and the spell work, I'm going to say, in your energy, it feels like somebody very prominent, you, them, something you're working with, somebody that you know, that you fire signs, or somebody who is in that energy. It could definitely, if you have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, I'm hearing in the North Node. I'm hearing a grand trine. It could be a grand trine of fire, or I don't know. It feels very like mixing ancient. It's like mixing fire and water, because those were the main signs, so they're showing me that. And that's how the dragon gets the smoke. It's the mixing of the two, and that's when those two elements mix through the smoke is when this is revealed, or somebody has the ability to say that. And this is very esoteric. This got really deep for some. So there's some very powerful spiritualists or very awakened people that are watching this at this time. It's like, wow. The things that you guys are going to be able to, what is this? Ancient dragon magic. I just keep hearing ancient dragon magic and a birdman, and it's like, okay, I'm getting goosebumps, and it's like, I don't know, seance. But then you're like, I want to say, I don't know if this is, I'm seeing two different deity entities. I'm seeing like this birdman, right? And it's all in black, and it's like, it really is a bird, but it's big. It's like 14 foot tall, you know. And its wings don't go up like that. Like when the arms go down the side, so do the wings in my mind's eye. And somehow this dragon like comes in around it, because it's like smoke. It's like the magic or the illusion of this, whatever it is. It's packed, filled with symbology within it. Shit you only write or dream of, and then you see it. It comes to life. It's like Pandora's box, or something opens up. You're in the right spot at the right time, or this is a dream. But numbers, I'm telling you, 109. If somebody has dreamt about 109, there's just something about that number. And IZ. So they're saying Z is the 23rd letter in the alphabet. Z, 1, 2, 3. What does 1, 2, 3 stand for? Progression. So somebody could be progressing in their spell work right now. Somebody is like, okay, so I see the birdman, right? And I see this dragon, ancient type energy. And then I'm seeing like very like evolutionary descendants from that time space continuum, that timeline. And it's like galactic. You know what I mean? Or very advanced beings that came from that. And they're trying to show me how like that galactic, they're telling me galactic warrior, and this, is it them in the past? It's like you bring something forward and you unlock it here, and then it ends up, because you can move it. It comes back. It's like opening a crystal, and it's only for you. This crystal, whatever is in it, your name, I'm hearing like your angelic name, or your pattern, your print, it's you. It's like the highest version of you. And you unlocked it. It's like, I just keep seeing above the head, the higher star chakra, but I don't know how you do this. It's through scalar. It's like very advanced, mixing with very ancient. And I want to say you could say they're both the same. It depends on where you're standing. So this is like very riddly for somebody. Owls are always close. When a throat punch wants to lose, an owl show itself. I saved a lot of conflict. My grandfather's nickname was Hoot Guidance. Yes, huh? I like that. Wow, very, very spiritual. Yeah, you are a channel. I heard a devotee, like your devotion to awakening and working or with these benevolent energies. It's like this person I'm talking to, though, I'm not saying you've all been hunky dory. Like you could have a shadow side, and that's what this is. It's the melding because that's the message that comes from above. It's like one aspect of yourself has this dragon magic. And soon as you open it up, whether this is hidden within a shadow, a trauma somewhere, or it's released, like you knew once you brought love into that space or whatever it was, it would unlock this within your chakra centers, which would affect every cell in your body, right? Because you unlock scalar. In some way, you hit another frequency or new frequency, and now you're able to see. This ancient dragon magic feels like it's stored within the shadow aspects of that consciousness, or maybe perhaps it's even a shadow aspect mixed with like AI programming through, foods, frequencies, electromagnetic fields. Maybe and that could trigger this even more. See, it's like what was meant to stifle actually brings this renewal in some way. Um, See, some people are going to see something one way, and some people are going to see something in a completely different way. Some people aren't going to be able to see. And then I'm talking about spell work, I'm talking about power in your words, I'm talking about power in your intention. Your, like I said, devoted, your faith to a greater good or a higher aspect. You could be literally obsessed with reaching to these higher realms. Like you probably have a very hard time being in the physical sometimes. But you could have this wisdom, like through these numbers and stuff. You could probably get these from trees or animals or being in nature. It feels like I just heard numbers never lie. Numbers never lie. I don't know, you meld these two together I talked about alchemical when I first started this for you fire signs, remember? You have a way to meld this ancient type energy. It's like I talk about a sacred scribes. It's and I even feel like it's like I said shaman, but it feels like it does have something to do with smoke or the way that fire mixed with something else. I'm hearing dragon's blood, but it's like the way that something gets burnt and then something's revealed, but it has to do with intention behind it. So yes, I guess you could call it's shamanism. Spell work came after shamanism. Shamanism was always the initiate. I'm hearing. So the shamans were worked with through with the extraterrestrial realms. So the seeding, they're talking about seeding that here. So yes, this did come from evolutionary descendants that were giving it to past ancestors or versions of yourself. And whatever is being unlocked, and we'll look at that, this renewal, it's like it has to do with your healing and things that have been stored or blocked or not able, your chakra centers rotate and it feels like something was out of balance or blocked or wasn't able to flow because it was like, and you could be doing all this healing work and being like, well, I just don't get it. It's like there's something in the shadow. I talked about opening a door to a black room and not being able to see nothing. As soon as you stand in front of it, all you can see is, it's like stepping into what you are, and it might scare you. It's like on the other side of that really is like the ultimate love, the higher intelligence. It's you. It's a higher aspect or a version of yourself. You get to have this communication. I feel like some of you really are going to get to like the same split off the soul or that same hierarchy or that same level of soul that you can embody. It feels like on that same level, but futuristically we're talking like through getting lost in a wormhole. I don't know. It's like you meet you. But you have to go through whatever this is, and it looks like it could have to do with a writing, a book. Perhaps it is a spell book, spell work, or something that you're working on that has to do with your intentions and the way that you speak. It's freeing something or allowing something to move through you, and this is being inspired by Galactic or your higher self, whatever, however you look at it. They want to talk about levels and light and frequencies and I want to say bandwidths. It's like there's a lot of things playing into this right now, but you definitely have the help because you are being upgraded. As I look at it like this is the message that comes through, but it does kind of look like, you know, something that hovers above that brings this to you, and it looks like this is within the crown chakra, and this could actually like alchemize. This could actually like, I wanted to say internalize or become in the physical, like might look like an object in the sky and you receive a message from it in some way. It's for some of you. Dang. Some of you could be planning to go to Egypt, and that there's something that's like a trigger point or something that pushes this forward. On an emotional level, what would this look like when we're not in like the galactic higher type vibrational, well, you know, what does this look like? I wanted to say in human life. What is on the emotional level? What's this healing? What's this healing that brings this message? A moment. Think of a special moment that brought you and your partner a lot of joy. So for some of you, I really feel like this is somebody who's lost their partner in this lifetime. They're showing me like the Notebook, you know, maybe somebody forgot you or you felt forgotten. It feels like maybe that was something of a different dimension of you that is coming home or is now passing, and you're calling back that fragmented piece. You know, because you healed it in this lifetime, it allowed that aspect of you on a different dimensional level to let go. I mean, this person looks pretty old standing out by this tree, you know, like just waiting to go home in a way. I heard when timelines collide. So I can see like them folding down like nebulouses, or they're showing me in space. They're kind of showing me like how Marvel does with Loki. And he accidentally, he uses that cube. Can't remember what the hell that cube is. But he ends up traveling, or I don't know, he fucks up the time in some way, and those time inspectors come, and it feels like that. I don't know. Maybe you could be getting visited by like whatever you're working on. I don't know. Maybe you're getting too big, or you accidentally stroll upon something and like a miracle happens. I told you that. If you're working on something like space-time travel or moving consciousness, or it feels like if you're not already in contact, what I heard with the right authorities, it feels like you're definitely alluring them in by whatever it is that you're working on. They want you to consider this situation carefully, because I heard once you integrate with this, it's like, I want to say you leave your old life behind, like nothing's never going to be the same for you. In a way, it feels kind of disappointing, like now I see why we forget and I love life. You know what I mean? We come here to forget. I mean, it's like you see, I don't know what it is, and we're talking about emotions, it's like somebody's going to realize something in its entirety. I mean, from spirituality to life to why, you know, it manifests out here, the different planets. Like somebody gets a blimp of the bigger picture. Some of you could be being visited by like translucent beings, or like, I don't want to say, I'm hearing fire dancers. So like fire bending. You guys work with elements in that way. Some of you really are very destined, like, I don't know if you're working with extraterrestrial beings or advanced civilizations, or you're like I don't know, an ancient star being or a galactic warrior. I feel very like Celtic and runes. It feels like I keep hearing a millennia. So I don't know if you skip a couple thousand years, and I don't know, it feels like this is where everything ties back in for you guys. This really went about, you know, instead of this really hit on spirituality for you guys, you know, not so much relationships. So sorry if you guys are disappointed about that, but I was really guided to do this. So I think that this would narrow down for the audience. You'll know if this message is for you. And I just want to say, like, wow, this is awesome. Like, you've done a lot of work, or if for some of you this just happens very fast. It's like the veil falls. I don't know. It feels scary, like when you're really scared and you get ready to go down a roller coaster ride, and you know, it feels like that. And then once you get down, you're like, okay, that wasn't so bad. But it feels like the initial shock of whatever this is. Wow. you never go back. Like, you never can be who you were before. I'm just hearing that. So I don't know if that literally means, like, I see an island. I don't know. I'm hearing Oak Island. I don't know if you go somewhere and it's like, I don't know. Right now I can see like other civilizations within the mountains, or it's like people that they're hybrids. Like, they're already here on Earth, but they pull in people that are highly spiritual like this to teach wisdom, or be guided, or they take off that veil of whatever that forget. Like, they've known you've been doing this your whole life and what you're destined for. It's almost like we're an extraterrestrial project in a way, but we work with them integrated because it is us futuristically coming back here. It's like seeds are planted on Earth because it's where the rules of laws and physics, I don't know, it all plays out, has to be fair because there's karma, there's duality. So it feels like what comes around goes around. So there's like very sacred children or portals or spaces here, or your DNA that feels like if they need to come back in something in the future, I don't know, I'm just hearing light years away, disrupts or were to get genocide, they can come back to this planet and it's like, it's here. You know, if that makes sense, I don't know. And I'm hearing like plants and like humans. No, it's like the future's gonna look really different for some of you fire signs if you're into this. I heard occult, but I don't feel bad off of it. You know, I feel it's good energy. I feel like it's taking like ancient wisdom and knowledge and melding it with, it's like ancient wisdom and knowledge as a human and melding it with the source energy of like the beginning teachings. It's very interesting. All right. What else is coming out for the fire signs? Hey, Gary. Okay. Your dreams are never further than you can reach. You aren't done. You are just getting started. Let your true colors show so that your tribe knows how to find you. And I talked about colors. Like, people could see you. I don't know why I keep saying like-a-lux. I don't like saying that word, but it's coming through. So if you're somebody that says that, this could be a message for you. Somewhere you're finding inspiration. You could be receiving messages, watching somebody, listening to somebody. But it's lured you into a space which is helping you to allow your own light to show or to expand, or in some ways it's like there's a middle ground or middle earth where you're communicating with somebody else somewhere else. It's like Back to the Future, kind of. It feels like time traveling, but it's simultaneously, this is interesting. It's like a manifestation, but it's all behind the clouds or this smoke or this waterfall. It's like a hidden realm that connects to I want to say I seen a crystal. It's like your crystal. Are you I swear it really looks like somebody's crystallized, or the version of yourself is in a crystal and it's projected down here in some way. How the light shines through it, it brings different rays of frequency when the planet ascends. I don't know. Very interesting. An eclipse may hide your light, but not forever. So we talked about a refraction of light, the rainbow. You could be considered a rainbow child, or rainbow fire energy. It's like an embodiment of many rays of light, many colors. It's like definitely multi-dimensional aspects. You guys are melding with your higher self. That's pretty amazing. Okay, so outside of this story, what is fire signs currently letting go of at this time? Very interesting. That was a very kick-ass message. I like when I'm on this stuff and I get a message like that. Shame. Fire signs could be healing from shame. Whether this is shame that you have of yourself or shame for others, grief, and I heard there's one more. Neglect. Bottom of the deck, anger, which could have been the overall issue in a situation for you that created these other attributes, or it feels like cognitive dissonance. I don't know, it feels like somebody separated from themselves through, like literally. Some of you, fire signs could be or have somebody in your energy that's just very depressed. Maybe they stay in their room a lot. Maybe they don't go out. Maybe they stop taking care of themselves. You could just look at this person as grief struck, or you are like you just want to be alone. You don't want to be by anybody. Maybe that's led you to find a connection outside of yourself. Or, maybe, I don't know if you have like selfish tendencies or selfish issues, or just like, I don't know, maybe the way you speak, you're selfish. Maybe you bring a lot of grief on people. This is a very specific message, but it feels like you've gotten so low in shame and grief and the neglect for yourself and others. You're starting to notice that, and maybe something has brought something to your attention. Maybe this was a work situation, or it just looks like somebody's very alone, and maybe you're going out on a limb or walking out into a space where it's just you to find yourself again. And maybe this is where you're having these supernatural experiences. Like if you look at the clouds change, you can see so many faces. My spirit guides, guided me to do the lights and stuff tonight. So maybe you're thinking about getting some sort of light therapy, or moving into just maybe even the light. Shame feels like a big one at this point. Shame. And I was going to ask why, and here's the devil. And not being able to see something for what it is. It feels like an obsessed energy. I feel like the universe had something else in store for you. It's like maybe you're having a very hard time letting go of either these attributes that are like, I don't know, with them comes like an archetype that you can get into that's very, I want to say, controlling, angry, distant, manipulative in some ways when you're in this lower vibrational energy. Or you could be with somebody or in a relationship with somebody tied to them in some way that are in a lower vibrational frequency at this time. It feels very obsessed, like there's arguing or disagreements. Maybe this relationship is over sexualized in some ways, and maybe now that's worn off, and I don't know. Somebody wants their life back in balance, and it's like you're not going to accept an offer from, I want to say, anybody but the situation that you're wanting to send a message to, or wow, somebody here is like a Satanist, like really hates spirituality, or enlightenment or anything like that. I really felt that, like, in no way you could be wanting to see who's, like, if you're going up against somebody or somebody going up against you, it feels like 44 as I say this. Thank you guys for hitting the like and subscribe button, fire signs. It feels like if you're in your element, you could be going up against somebody that is the complete opposite of you in energy. And say if you summon like darker energy or these energies of shame, guilt, grief, and you work with those and you tied it into somebody or somebody else, or you knowingly do this and you know that you're out of balance trying to be with somebody else. I don't know why, but it feels like this could have to do with I don't know if it's a parent, a step parent, or if this is to like a teenage child in some ways. But it's like you want to go up against God. You want to see who's stronger, the devil or God. It feels like there's somebody here that's going to get this message, and they work with these energies. It's like they may try to promote healing in a different way. I don't know. Maybe there is some, lower vibrational healers that bind and tie people to these energies when they're doing energy work on them. That could be their profession or their job. They could be self-employed at this job. It's like this energy wants to literally go up against God. I talked about two energies, that ancient one and that more galactic one. It's like, I don't know what that is. There's a rift there somewhere. I don't know. It's like somebody refuses to meditate or to pray, or because however they do, whatever they do, it's just, I heard ass backwards. It's just different. Yeah, and the out of balance chariot in reverse, and the hermit was in reverse. All right. Any other energy? Ten of Wands and Strength in reverse. Somebody's feeling very defeated right now. Wow, what is this? Did somebody just like completely lose faith in whatever they lost? I want to say if you are with somebody who is highly spiritual and you're manipulative or whatever. This could be just manipulation. It doesn't have to be them doing spiritual work. But there's very many storylines that are coming out in this. So I heard pick and choose your poison. Um, Somebody who does work with that, the poison, the lower vibrational stuff, creates burdens for others so they don't see the light or they don't want to call on the Christ. Or, I mean, this is somebody who has their own business who does this. This is somebody who works with shamanism in some ways. I want to say protect your energy if you're working with any shamans or going to go. Make sure you know what you're getting into. I said yesterday, make sure that you know how to protect yourself before you start getting into shit that you don't know about. Because I talked about this planet, there's spiritual laws of cause and effect. And I don't care how brilliant of a spiritualist you are. You can't imprint, somebody else's energy over yours and go through the universe doing things. It's basically using somebody else's ID as your own. You can't do that. It's for some of you, I just want to let you know that that's already been seen because it feels like in some way you've messed with somebody who has a purpose. They're galactic. It's like these extraterrestrials work with them through so much. So this has been seen. You could get a message in your business if you're doing this stuff, or that this person's going to either lose their business. You're going to get a message about this. They're feeling burdened in some way. I don't know, but it feels like somebody wants to really go against God, like question. And I feel like this is a make or break it for somebody. Maybe if somebody is a dark spiritualist or into that sort of thing, it feels like you are going to go against God. And I want to say Archangel Raphael and Archangel Michael, Metatron. I just feel like you want to just, because you want to fucking know. And at all costs, you come, and it's like, I don't know, in some ways you find out, you see the truth in a situation. And I think you realize what the unconditional love and the warmth, what that is on that side, where that power comes from, why light workers and light beings are so powerful. It's that vibration of love. It's high vibrational. It's connected to some of the most cosmic intellectual wisdom and knowledge. We're not just pulling energy and spell work from this earth and from underground. In those frequencies, we call on the light, and we call on higher wisdom and knowledge from creator, source, prime source creator, in the benevolence for humanity, who's, you know what I mean? It's just it's too much power on that. I'm not saying that, the dark has its own attributes, but I think somebody's going to get inspired by, I think somebody's going to get transformed. I also feel like somebody could have fell in love with somebody that talked about last night, and I thought about it again today, about somebody who's married to a murderer or like a serial killer, and you don't know it. And I know that sounds so crazy, and I don't like putting that shit out there, but it feels like, and it could be like, even if they went overseas or, they CIA or whatever it is, murder is murder. You know what I mean? You take somebody's life, you can justify it all you want. I'm just talking about somebody who does those sorts of things, and then I see this transformation. So this could be a part of a person's past that they've had to come out of, and are now having this awakening in the beginning part of the story to being very connected. This could have been a story about a transformation for somebody. On the other half of this, it feels like somebody who really wants to test God. You want to see that power, Six of Swords. And that tower comes. It feels like you if you want it, you get it. And that's exactly what you're going to get. I heard shot through the heart. You give love a bad name. Yeah, and I talked about somebody who's more in that darker, lower vibrational energy, or who, I don't know, because I did element reads. So somebody who calls on the elements, it feels like it's for a reason. It's shamanic energy. It's very worldly. Like I heard like Jamaican and African, Bayou down south. They could be very versed in a bunch of different modalities. Definitely if they're working with others. But I'm talking about transformation, what comes from it, not what happens. But this, if you were in a relationship with somebody and you had a separation, you could have been that light or what this person was going up against. Because in some ways, like no matter how much they wanted to love you, it's like they couldn't because of who you are in spirit. It's like you're the forbidden fruit until they chose to evolve and I want to say come to the other side, or it's like cleanse their soul in a way, so that. And you could have been the only one person that could come into this person's life. And I mean, we're talking about like, let's just say a lost archangel, or a very powerful being that got lost. It like stuck in this realm, I want to say, and it comes in energy. and you could be in this energy the opposite energy of that, but you could manifest through your physical being. So it's like two ancient energies that play themselves out through a relationship, and it feels like you get somebody else to come back to the light. I don't know why that's important, but it's like something about their light. I heard the lost light of the world. So yeah, somebody could feel a profound transformation coming, or like waiting, like somebody's going to show up at the last moment, or you. Some of you can't wait to set sail and see what's out there. It's like, look at this. See how the lights change and the water changes? Like some of you, because you chose to follow the yellow brick road, so to speak, you've already experienced something, and you're like, nah, because the Six of Cups comes out in reverse right here. The ending of I wanted to say it could be considered a past life karmic, a very hard relationship that taught you something. This could be within your family, or it could be, I was thinking sexual, so it could have been just mostly a sexual relationship. Maybe when you sit back and look at it, when you observe the level of self-love you have, you recognize 44 as I say this, that there's no love really in that relationship. A lot of it was more sexual and attraction in some ways that felt the lower vibrational, I don't know, I'm not going to say it's lower vibrational, it's just the more egoic personality type of the physical being, not ruling out of a higher state. Now that you're like, oh my gosh, what the fuck? And you could be realizing like, wow, where you really were taking on, it's like your guides got you out of that. Your higher self, I want to say, there's a new beginning and there's a reversal and feeling left out. It's like you get to come back home to a sacred space. There's a new beginning, a new opening. You're finally going to start getting some rest, and it feels like, when you've been single for a long time and you're just good and you're healing, and especially if you've been in a relationship for a long time and you're finally free. Most people go out and want to fuck everybody if it's a hard breakup. For other people, we heal. We go within. We, stay celibate into ourselves and try to figure out what the fuck just happened back there, right? Because, I'm not going to spend too much more time on what I just lost time on trying to heal. I just want to, and sometimes you don't understand stuff. But when you get good on your own, and to say, like, some very well-off person is like, hey, don't worry about, doing your little job or your little, project, or your whatever this is, you're meditating, or your cards, come with me and you won't have to do any of that. And for some of you, you're you're enticed by that sort of thing. You don't want to struggle and you want the easy way out. The other ones of you, you're like, absolutely not. I'm in a 9 of Pentacles, this bitch, the whole way. I like my freedom. I like my independence. And I like my ability to connect from spirit. Like, you definitely got the lesson. You could have a family on a whole other side, or in a realm that you get to travel to. Like, your true, no, I want to say no karmics. I know, it feels like magic. It feels like your real family, The ones you always look at in the sky for, and you start to cry, and you just weep because you're like, I miss home, and you have this unwavering feeling that, like, I don't know. You call judgment on it. Like, why am I here? What am I... And now you're going to start to realize the parts you played in other people's lives by activating them through pain, hurt, loss. You did bring judgment, but you also have this ability to help other people to heal too. Even if you're really pissed off at them, or for some of you, if you're still pissed off at somebody and in that way, story's probably not for you. I'm talking about somebody who's moved on from the past and just wants... believes in the universe so much that it would bring forth a revelation in some way. Okay, well, I love you guys. I'm going to hop over. I believe I have 720, I think is what I set my other life for. So, fire signs, that's what I have for you. I will pull a number. You got 111, a wish coming true for you. You're in for a lucky break. It may come as happy news, experience, new opportunities, or an exciting acquaintance. You will find yourself in the right place at the right time. It is not coincidence, but a gift from fate. So, a wish coming true. All right, fire signs, I love you guys. Thank you guys for hitting the like and subscribe button. If you give me a minute, I will switch over to the other live, and I will be reading for the water signs. Much love to you guys.